Good afternoon, it's July 2nd. I'm just leaving the soundstage building. You can see this portion of it is all that's left of what was an old building. Everything past that wall is new building, but this little bit is still the original Regina College building. And I'm just heading home, hopefully before it starts raining again, because it's been showering off and on and there's supposed to be some more coming. So out we go. Looks like I have a chance to make it home before it rains. Right now it's beautiful and sunny. Everything clean and sparkly because it was just pouring rain a few minutes ago. But we look west and you can see that there's more rain coming. So the question is, will it arrive before I get home? And we are going to find out. I will not be walking through the grass, which is very wet. I hope you checked out my fireworks video from last night. It's no talking, just the ambient sound. I couldn't live stream it because there simply wasn't enough bandwidth with all the people crowded around the lake to watch the fireworks on Canada Day. But on the plus side, it recorded in 4K, so that's a 4K fireworks video. Excuse me. And I think I've got the hiccups, which is, always great when you're live streaming. You can see the water glistening on various surfaces along here from the rain that just happened. I walked down from the hotel where I had a meeting and had my umbrella about half of the way, and then I was able to unfold it. I put it back in my computer bag, so hopefully this next thunder shower, which is certainly coming, holds off until I get back. Hello, Kirk in Vancouver, Jolly. Sorry, it's been a while since I live streamed. It's been a busy few days. I had to go to Swift Current on Friday for a funeral. Then I went out to a farm on Saturday, which, might have made a nice live stream, except that it's like a daycare summer camp of some kind. They're all wearing matching purple shirts. Except there's only 3G coverage out there, so I couldn't have live streamed even if I wanted to. We will go this way. I think it's a theater camp. I think all the shirts say, "I love theater." Probably at the conservatory here, which is the building to my right. It's called the College Building, but the Royal Conservatory of Performing Arts is in there. I think they still call it that. Yeah, that sky looks probably more threatening than it really needs to because of the bright sunshine at the moment. Look up, you can see the sun will be eaten up by the clouds probably before I get home. So on the back side of the Regina building, the college building, recently renovated, as I pointed out before and walked through once or twice. Then with this whole new wing down here where there was an old wing, but it was unsalvageable, so they tore it down and built a whole new wing. This will take us by the Wascana pool, but I doubt anybody is swimming today. If there's been lightning around, they would have closed the pool. It's not that hot, but it feels very warm in the sun with the humidity, which is not something we say all that often in Saskatchewan. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. We're going in to the building. You'd go in there. Big parking lot back here. This used to be just kind of wasteland with ugly bushes and stuff, so the landscaping back here has made it 100 times better. And of course, we're coming up to Dark Hall, where I did Beauty and the Beast a month or so ago. Oh, and there's wildlife. Rabbits and geese. where the wildlife one normally encounters. And it's very warm in the sun. But a nice cool breeze when you find one, like right down there, blowing from that direction. This is the back of Dark Hall loading ramp. Yeah, I don't think anybody's swimming because of the thunder showers being around. But I think I'll walk down by the lake. As I pointed out before, I remember this as being a much smaller tree that we took our pictures in front of after performances at Dark Hall in the 90s. It's grown since then. I thought it was a bush, but apparently it was a tree all along. Who knew? Nice view back at Credit Union Building and the back of Dark Hall and the college building over there. You can see the big water slides, but again, I don't think anybody's actually swimming at the moment. Those are probably lifeguards standing there. Be a lifeguard. Spend the whole summer in your swimsuit. My daughter went swimming there. Was it last week, I guess, when she was off? Had a good time, but sunburned. She was wearing sunscreen, but I think going down the water slide scraped it off her back. There may be people planning to swim, waiting to see if they let them back in the water, but looking at that cloud, I think that's not very likely. And there's the entrance there. Let's have the feel of them having closed it down some time ago and people have left for the time being. Main swimming, diving boards, water slides, paddle pool, all that stuff. It's a nice facility. It's always been a pool there, but it's much nicer than the old one was. Little canteen here if you get hungry. Playground over there. Also much nicer than it used to be. I think that shelter is still left from the old one, but all the equipment is new. Used to have a kind of tire bridge thing, which was deadly. I said, what are they thinking? Letting kids play with that. Let's see. I don't know what happens if I follow that path. Let's go down to the water. Oh, and there goes the sun. So the clouds are coming again. So if you check out my fireworks video from last night, I was standing on the bridge, kind of looking this way. There's quite a few people in towels and things. It makes me think they were in the pool and now they're waiting. There's the legislative building, of course. A little thunder. It doesn't look all that threatening now that the sun has gone behind the clouds. But there's definitely some showers still headed our way. One thing I did, if you watched my video last night, is I took a couple of zoomed in shots on this aeration fountain, which is lit up at night, gold. It's very pretty. Guess the other path would have brought me here down by the gazebo. Peace. Classic shot. Honk. Honk. This Saturday, I'm doing a show for my birthday. A senior moment with Edward Willett. Ed sings as many of his favorite songs as he can still remember the words to. And one of those songs is If I Were a Rich Man from Fiddler on the Roof. And of course he has a whole thing about he'd fill his yard with turkeys and chickens and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear. Then he imitates them. That sort of thing. I won't be live streaming that, but I will record it and it will show up on the channel. So if you want to watch an hour of me singing, I hope I'll be able to record it and put it up this weekend. I hope. Unless it goes so badly, I don't want anyone to see it, but that seems unlikely. Got about 60 people coming. Invitation only, I'm afraid. There's a dog. I think that's our first dog. We'll make it all right here. I think I'll take this path up. I'll have to walk by the slippery, muddy bit over here by the sinkhole. Yeah, so I shot the video of the fireworks from right over there, about halfway down the bridge. They completely close off the bridge, and oh, and there comes the rain. It's starting to sprinkle. I didn't quite make it. I have to get out my umbrella here in a minute. I'll get it out in case I need it. I'm not very far, but at least 10 minutes, and a lot can happen in 10 minutes, rain-wise. Right now it's just spitting, but I don't know when that spit will turn into something more. And of course, I don't want the gimbal and the phone to get too wet. Or me either. Here's Speaker's Corner. And up there's the crosswalk we'll be taking across Albert Street. Of course, these days nobody would dare come and say anything provocative out in public. Get canceled by somebody. People try to get them fired if they said the wrong thing. So it's rather ironic we have a Speaker's Corner when free speech has never been more threatened than it seems to be now. There you go. That's my 2-bit rant for the day. Still got a Beauty and the Beast poster up there, so they haven't cleared the poster pillar recently. All right, maybe a bit of a wait here. At the Albert Street Bridge. Flying Canadian flags right now in honor of Canada Day. Yesterday was, Canada's what? 1967, so 57. 157th birthday. It's changed a lot in those years. Some of it for the better, some of it for the worse. Like anywhere else. Harrington Mews there, where Wally Knight lives, who's one of the kids in the Shards of Excalibur series that I wrote. Hi, Black Cad. There'll be no walking tomorrow. I have to drive to Winnipeg and back, which will be close to 12 hours on the road when it's all said and done. But because of my daughter Alice going to England, we didn't really twig until she submitted her visa application that you have to get a biometric, like fingerprints and that sort of thing, record. And the only place you can get that done is at a visa application center for the UK. And we happen to live halfway between them. the one in Calgary and the one in Winnipeg. Well, Winnipeg is the closest. You can do it in a day, there and back. So I've got an appointment at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll leave here about 7, drive to Winnipeg, get that done, drive back, get home around 9:30. It's the expectation. So, yay. I don't mind driving, but that's a long day of driving. I always say it's 5 hours to Winnipeg, but by the time you figure in the actual getting around the city, it's more like 5.5 to where we have to be. So we'll leave plenty early so we can have lunch when we get there and relax a bit, and then hopefully everything goes smoothly and we're back on the road by 3:30 and home by 9 or so, 9 or 9:30. Probably stop for supper somewhere along the way though, so that'll slow that return trip down. Everything is so lush, so much lusher than it often is this time of year because of the constant rain. It's very pretty, but considering we're trying to get an extension finished on the back of our house, we could do with some nicer weather. It will get done, but boy, has it been a struggle. Largely because of, well, it's too complicated, but we lost most of a year because of problems with the engineering firm and not being able to somehow give the city what they needed to give us a permit. Or a problem with the city for being ridiculous about this extension, which is all of 67 square feet. You'd think we were building a whole house. I mean, entire houses were built in the time that it's taken us to get this extension built. Although to be fair, there's one I walk by all the time over here that's nothing's been done on it for months. I got it to a certain point and it's just sitting there waiting. I know there's a shortage of trades and all that, so oh well, it will get done eventually. But all I got was a sprinkle. That might have just been water being flung off the wet leaves from the previous rain. I didn't need my umbrella. As we come back to Angus Crescent with Davin School down there. The old houses they used to have windows. I think there was one in our house on the side that's not there anymore. At least in the blueprints there was one that maybe it was never actually there, but it was in the blueprints. It's possible they decided against putting it in way back in 1926 when it was built. Next year we can celebrate the centennial of the house's construction. Not next year, but the year after. Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise, as my mother used to say. Okay, I made it back without getting rained on, although I do think there's more showers coming here in fairly short order. So I was lucky to squeeze that in. It was short. If you haven't watched the fireworks video from last night, go find it. And Thursday at the best before I'm back. I hope I'll walk on Thursday, but I'm not 100% sure. If I do, it might be way out on the east end. Okay, that's it for today. Bye for now.